Okay, good afternoon, guys. Hope everyone is well. Chris, how you doing, buddy? Just look at this now. I can't trade for another 2.5 minutes. I have that. I have it locked out, so I can only trade from 2:30 to 6 o'clock. So that ATR is high, but if there's a bearish bar here, I like that. 2 legs down, 2 legs up, looking to break this low. So I think that is a good trade. I mean, it's a massive bar, so you probably have to be suicidal anyway. But I actually like that. It's going. There's quite likely going to be a load of stops below there. So if you went a tick below there, I'd be inclined to go for 3 or 3.5 points there. It's probably going to smash straight below there, but let's put that there, I'd say. It's a massive bar, to be fair. Even if you got in on a limit order, it's huge. Even if you got in there, you're still risking 6.5 points. It's crazy, really. But I like that. 2 legs down, 1 leg up, 2 legs up. I'm looking to make the lows of this. I think that's going to work. But it's just too big. So, where are we now? Okay, market opens in about a month. A minute. Sorry about that. Okay, that's going to push through down there, no doubt anyway. But I hope this ATR drops. It was like 9 or something yesterday when we opened. It dropped pretty quick, so that is going to smash through there in a second. It's eaten up bits of what's it. So there we go. So that would have worked for 3.5 points or 3 3/4 points quite comfortably. But I like that. 2 legs down, going sideways, breakout, trapping the longs. That for me is coming down to the lows. But it's a big bar, so I wouldn't have taken it. I wouldn't have even taken it there on the limit order. It was still 6-point risk. I'm not doing that. Although I'm pretty confident it's coming down. But okay, market is open. 10 seconds. Is it allowing me to buy yet? Not yet. Okay, so we've made a new low from here. I'm looking to make a new low from here. So there is a lower high there as well, but it's 39 ticks. That's absolute nuts. That could wipe an account out, that could. It has triggered. I still think it's likely to hit this. I'll be surprised if that comes out and takes that. I really will. It's right tight above that EMA, but you just never know, do you? But I think it's likely that's going to continue down and break these lows. So market is open. Let's just see it push down. So if I was going to take that, I'd want to go for, well, to there, I think. It ain't worth anything less than that if you got to risk that much. Hopefully this ATR will start to drop. There is a failure there. It's just too big. Oh, it's not brilliant. But I think that will get taken out. And if it gets below there, it'll break these lows. But it's a doji on this one up here, or as near as a doji. I still think it'll work. But I'm just staying out of it. I'll tell you what, I wouldn't be surprised now if it takes that out, but leaves that one. Looks like we're going to get a leg and a leg. That's interesting. So I think a leg and a leg, but leave that one. Okay, we may be right. There's a second entry short there. Let's have a look. 14 ticks, so I ain't finished yet. We may get a leg, a pullback and a leg, so it may take that out, but it might save that. Okay, it's taken that out for a tick. Let's see if that one stays safe. I have a feeling it will. Oh no, it isn't. Wow, okay. Brand, another stupid day, yeah. That ATR was up around 9 when the market opened, but it dropped to, was it around about 6? So hopefully that might drop. Even if it gets down to 5 or 4, I might just go down to one contract again. I don't really like risking more than $300 if I can help it. But if I am going to go for a little bit more on points wise, though. If it gets down to 4, I might go for 3 points. Private Ryan, another day with ridiculous bars. Yeah, did it improve yesterday or not? I just took my money and ran. I did, but I did buy some more crypto. I think I probably told you that yesterday morning, and it's had a nice push actually. Considering it was looking like a bloodbath the night before, it's looking right now. Bitcoin's back up to sort of $55,000. Solana's up 26%. XRP's up 15%. Doge's up 15%. ADA's up 13%. Avalanche's up 15%. Shiv's up over 20%. So if you caught the bottom, Casper's at 28%. Matic's at 14%. So they're amazing, really, isn't it? How it can drop so much and then completely turn. CRO's up 15%. I did buy my Render, thank God, as well, because Render have converted over to, I think they've changed names, and I went to sell my Render and forgot that you weren't allowed to touch it for a week, and it dropped by about 30%, but it's up 30% today, so that's good. I also bought some Ondo yesterday, and I timed that just right. That's up 31% today. So I think this is probably the luckiest I've ever got in crypto. I never tend to time it right. But I did there. Gala as well. Bought my Gala back. That's up 15%. So cryptos are looking good. I don't know what the general markets are looking. I haven't really had a look. But if you got into some crypto yesterday morning, it just worked out the right time as well, because I woke up in the morning and it was probably nearly at its lowest. So I just timed that right. Okay, there is a lower high there. I still think it's likely to break these lows. But I'm just not taking anything with that ATR. It is coming down. But I think it's likely, the way we're looking here with that we get another leg. I would say that is probably not far off, or there, wherever you want to put it. But we're not far away there, so I think the chance of us going down are pretty good with what I'm seeing here. We've had a low from this channel, but not one for here. So maybe this is just 1 or 2 attempts to go higher, and then down we go. There is a failure here, but that is just a bit too far from that EMA for me. That could get taken out there. Let's see if it does. There's still quite a bit of a gap there. It may be okay. You'd have got your 2 points anyway now. Yeah, you'd have been fine on that. I'd prefer that top of that wick a little bit, at the top of the body there, a little bit closer to that EMA. So leg down with a break. I think there's a good chance we get down here. There's probably, maybe it's going to be some long stops there with a break, a couple of bounces, and then a push. Now, let me just check. Everything's opening.
Order submitted.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Beautiful. 2 contracts, 8 ticks. Excellent. Let's just check they're on here. Yeah.
Order cancelled.
That ATR is coming down. It's come down about a point already. So you can clearly see the difference in the size of these bars to these. In fact, it's getting smaller and smaller as it comes down here. So compared to these, they're about half the size. So So I would say about 5 more trades, and I'll be able to think about making a withdrawal. My accounts are between 1,600 and 1,800 odd. So I'll show you. Actually, I'll bring them in. So now, bearing in mind, these would have been double what they were, because initially for the first sort of 6 weeks I was trading 10 and then 10. So basically I was only doing half the amount of trades on each, but these would have been double. So these would have been over 3,000 and so on. So, but now I'm trading these every trade. It should pick up a little bit quicker. So it won about, I think I was up just under $6,000 last week on these accounts. So it's building up nicely. So yeah, so maybe another 5 trades, and I'll be in that sort of realm where I can take a payment. But what I will do is wait till I get to 3,000. So I'm going to withdraw 1,000. That'll leave me with 2,000 on each. And that'll give me with a 10,000 payday. So what I'm probably going to do is I might just still keep these 10 accounts for now. I'll see how I feel. Because even though I had the 20, it was kind of counterproductive having 10 and 10. Because if you're going to have 20, the whole idea of having more accounts is so you can trade more at the same time. But I kind of want, so I'll play it by ear. In fact, I may wait till we get another 90%, whether we do or not, and then just I'll pick 10 in one go and then do it like that. I don't know. I'll see. So that ATR is still coming down. We need to get it into the 3s, really. Although with that, I could go down to 1 contract. I wouldn't mind that. That'd be about 2.5 points on average there. But this looks to me like it's coming down some more. So fingers crossed. So channel down, 1 attempt to go higher, 2nd attempt to go higher. And there's also a 2nd entry short there. It's a bit too far above that EMA for me. That looks better. But these bars are just a little too big for comfort. Definitely worked. That bar was 15 ticks. That one was a little bit larger. That was 19. But it did what it was supposed to. Anybody take that? 2nd entry short channel, 2nd entry short. 1 attempt to go higher, 2nd attempt to go higher. I like the way we're trapping some longs there. Leg and a leg, and this will break these lows, I think, and if it does, it'll target that next. I think we're not far off. We may get a little pullback first, but hey Sam, how you doing, bud? But half normal contract size. Yeah, are you in, Sam? Did he get back to you? I was having a flick through the names this morning to see if I could see you. So I don't think that was a bad trade, actually. Channel. The trouble is, on here we've got a channel break and a new low, but on this one up here, we've actually got a channel with a break. And I'd say the same for here as well. So these charts looked okay. You're in there. Good on you, mate. So that looked like a channel to me. This, maybe not so much. That looks like a break. So I got 2 schools of thought. That one I wouldn't take anyway. No set entry short because it's still high in that EMA. But that one, I don't think that was that bad. And that one, in fact, they're a bit too identical. They are. Just going to reload this. See if I can change this one a little bit. They're a bit too close. So that came down nice. That one. So I mean, look at that at the moment. The trouble is, it's that they're that big at the moment. And that thing's come down 11 points just in the last 3 bars. So I think that one was an okay trade. But just big. So, okay, we've now broken lows there, so that's played out. That's played out. I'm not sure about that. See how far this gets down. If this gets to the bottom here. Keep how you doing, buddy? I was expecting a new low, so you took that second entry short. Let me take trade evals and it's like, yeah. There's 2 trades there that I liked actually. That one there for sure. I'm seeing those a lot, and they work. But that thing was massive. So, and that one there looked better on these 2 charts up here. Is that different? Yeah, it is. So we definitely get more setups on these charts. So that much I like. Touch, 2 legs down. Is this coming down, or are we getting a fell breakout? Where's that ATR? Okay, it's coming down. Good. That's positive. There's a hidden second entry short there, but the trouble is in fact, there's actually a second entry short there, but the trouble is this looks a bit sideways to me. So I think it's likely to go down, but that I think is 27 ticks. So it's just too much risk for me. But the trouble is you don't know whether we're going to get a fell break out of this, and there's a failure there. And you don't want to get stopped out for 27 ticks. It may hold. In fact, you may have even got your 2 points. I don't think you will have done. Let me have a look. So say you got in there. Maybe not. I think you will though. Yeah, so you'd have got 2 points there. So my only slight issue with taking that is 1, just the size of it, and 2 legs, a leg break and a leg. When it's going sideways, there's always a possibility that it may come back in. I'm not sure what it is, mate. Yeah. Someone took that trade. 28 ticks. Well, 29 ticks with a tick below tick. It's just too much, that is. It is coming down. It's 4.5 now, so that's positive. I mean, if I see something that's a little bit smaller, I'll drop down to a contract rather than miss one. Yeah, that was my concern, that this thing comes back in this range. It did. Now, ordinarily, see, probably wouldn't have worked that, purely by the size of the bars, that you're going to get 2 points out of it. It's a massive risk, but risk to reward, I mean, that was 28 ticks, so normally it would be less than half of that. 14, it would be less than half of that, so if it didn't go for 4 points, you may not have even got that. Yeah, that's the thing. So I think the only reason that worked for 2 points is because it's actually only a small move compared to the bar. It's just come back and broke that. Jay, how you doing? Scalping out very easy on good setups though, yeah. Because the bars are so much bigger, it doesn't need to move our feet off as much, really. I mean, if these bars are probably double what they normally are, so getting 2 points is only really like getting a point, isn't it, when the normal size? So it was the biggest drop on the Nasdaq yesterday, wasn't it? Was it the biggest drop in history, I think? But crypto recovered quite quickly. Yeah, well, see, I actually didn't trade. I think I was learning during some of the lockdown periods, so I wasn't really trading. And I was trading currency at the time, so I wasn't really, looking at these markets as such. But from what I can gather, there was a lot more trades around. So the trouble is, when we've got volatility in the market, from what I can gather, it does tend to present more trades. But this volatility is making risk a lot bigger. So maybe it doesn't matter too much. I mean, we just bring our contract size down to compensate. But I think the important thing is there's more setups. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's been setups today. That one I liked. It's two. You can clearly see it's 2 legs up. That one I liked. And that one as well. Although not so good on that chart. This chart, it was much better because we had that channel down, 2 clear pushes up. I like the way we've triggered a bull bar there as well. So there's 2 trades I can see. And also, there was another one somewhere. Where was it? That one there, another second entry short. You clearly see it's touch there, touch there, touch there, touch there. It's clearly working down there nice. So there was a nice second entry short. But these bars are so much bigger. So you've got a second entry short there. Well, it's like a second entry, but it's just 2 clear legs up. And you could say it's failed out of this, and it'd be likely to break these lows, I think. But and then that one as well, but looking much, much cleaner on this chart. More risk, more trades. Yeah, but I mean, if you bring your risk down by half, I mean, if at the end of the day, if we take that down, let's say we take that down to half. If I went down to 1,000 tick chart, that would be half of that. So then I could trade normally, couldn't I? But obviously there's twice as much bars. So if I take my risk down, because based on what I can see now, my risk is double what it normally is. But that's okay, as long as you make sure you're taking twice as much profit. The bigger the bar, the bigger your profit. You don't just have larger signal bars, but smaller profits. But obviously, if you don't want to risk 4 points and go for 4 points, just bring that down by half. But it'll work out the same. Bigger bars, bigger risk, bigger profit. You have to move your profit up with the size of your risk. So at the moment, I'm hoping it comes down a bit quicker so I don't need to go down to 1 contract. But it does seem to be slow in there, doesn't it? So what I might do is just keep an eye on it and go down to 1 contract, but 12 ticks. There's an extra sort of there's an extra point there, isn't there? Yeah, I could probably even go to a bit more there, but let's just go there. So 1 contract, 12 ticks. 1 contract, 12 ticks. So that'll give me about a 2.25 point risk, not including tick above, tick below, and about $150 profit. Just means it'll have to be a good one. So let's just check that. So 1 contract, 12 ticks. 1 contract, 12 ticks. 1 contract, 12 ticks. Okay.
Order
It's doing
submitted.
the way it should do. 1 contract, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Brilliant.
Order cancelled.
So that's played out. That's played out. That's played out. That's played out. So this thing is heading north. Let's have a look. So I'm forgetting about that for now, I think. Choose a limit order and try to get it. Yeah, you could do. Yeah, absolutely. That's one way of doing it. Trouble is, when you do that, you do risk missing out on the trade. And what I find is sometimes these really good trades just move. That one there, or as it was there, channel down, 2 pushes up. I really like that one, but it was massive. But look, it moved straight over, came straight down quick. So these better trades, and that one as well, an absolute beauty trade. 2 clear pushes up, went right above there, dropped below. You may have not even got in there. It moved that. In fact, it dropped down, didn't it? So you may have missed that completely. There is a second entry short there as well, double bottom. So second entry short there. That one moved, pushed over, came back. Came down, triggered you, then came back, pushed up. So you'd have got another limit order there, but once it's gone that far down, it's more than surpassed your 2 points. So I wouldn't be looking to get back in it there. But the really good setups just go, don't they? And sometimes you miss out. See, if I see something really good, sometimes I might just click the buy or sell button because I want to guarantee I get in it, and I don't mind paying an extra couple of ticks for it if it's good enough. Because if it's good enough, I know it'll. I'm confident it'll move. And give me what I want plus 2 ticks. The extra I get into it. See, I always go with a limit order. So if I was going to take it, say above this bar, I usually hold it on the close and then drop it. But if it's that good, I'll hold it a tick up it and drop it. So it just ups my chance of getting in. See that's 22 ticks, that one. You want half of that, so the chance of getting half of it, it depends. But I wouldn't want to miss a really good trade just to try and get in halfway. I was hoping this is going to come down. It's come down to just below 4.5, and it's just froze a little bit. These bars seem to be a bit smaller, but these are stretching out a little bit now, which is why I don't think it's coming down. So look at crypto. How's that doing now? Green, all green. God, I don't know what stocks are like. Anybody know what stocks are improving today? It is amazing. It can go from literally a bloodbath to a sea of green, can't it? Changes so quick. The thing is, I think people used to panic years ago. Now I think a lot of the smart traders, when everyone else is panicking and selling, they're buying. So a lot of the time when it does have a quick drop, it recovers really quickly. That's what I've started doing, is letting it drop a little bit. If I can get a 15% drop on a coin that I've got, I usually try and pick up some more. It's a much better way of building your portfolio of coins. I tell you, I watch. I think he's really accurate. He's the one that encouraged me to sell about 5 days ago. What's his name? He's really accurate, this guy. Where is he? Oh, James Crypto Guru, this guy. He is proper accurate. When was it? About here, yeah, 4 days ago. Bitcoin and stocks are acting very strange. He's selling everything, and he did, and the thing absolutely tanked. So I sold mine shortly after him. So I think I managed to get 20% at least buyback on my coin. So I was quite pleased about that. So he's really accurate. He is. A lot of times where he tends to trade, he doesn't spot, he actually trades them, but he's very accurate. What do I line? I use Kraken. I do. It's from a UK point of view. I did used to use Bybit, but we're not allowed to use it in the UK now. I think if you got a what do they call it? Nord's one, isn't it? If you got a what do they call it, where you block out your IP? But yeah, I actually really like Kraken. If I withdrew $1,000 or £1,000 from Kraken, it'd be in my account within 30 minutes. So it's a really quick withdrawal. The fees are really low as well, and they've got a good selection of coins. So it's good from a UK point of view. I think Coinbase for US guys is probably the most popular. But yeah, I mean, what I used to do is what most people do. You see that it's starting to go green and you jump in, and then you get a pullback and you think, oh crap, and you'd sell, and then it pushed back up again. I had to force myself to stay out when I saw it pumping. But now I only ever buy when we've had a really good red day or a couple of red days. I like to see at least a 10% drop. And then there's a second entry long there. I'm staying out of this at the moment. Reason being is I'm just not a fan of this. I'm just wondering if there's some sort of a range here. We've only really touched this once, twice. So I'm just sitting tight here at the moment because it may just be a channel with a break. So this may come down. Let's see if it does. It is a second entry long, but at the moment I'm just sitting tight. It's going to be a high low if I get in there. Shoot. Sitting out here. See, there's a failure there, see? And I think that's going to trap traders. If it breaks below there, I think it's looking like it may do. Maybe not. Maybe not. Triple test 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I didn't see that, mate. Yeah, it's a good point. It's a bit too late now. Unless it comes back and gives us a higher low. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I missed that. Spotted, lad. Well spotted. It's too late now. Yeah, see, the good trades, they move, don't they? See if we get a higher low. Yeah, I didn't even notice that, to be fair. 1, 2, 3. Let's see if we get a higher low before it breaks the top. Trouble is we may go leg and a leg. Yeah, Thomas Way took it as well. I missed that. The second entry long, I wasn't a fan of, but the triple test, I didn't notice it. Your copy went absolutely haywire, did it really? Scary when that happens. Yeah, I missed that. Shame. And I think it was a nice trade as well. I think a lot of traders, because it went up, side was up, pulled back a bit, but it didn't give you another option to get in. And now we're up there. Yeah, I didn't say that. Yeah, something about it I just didn't like. And if I'm ever sure, I'll wait for the higher low. But yeah, 1, 2, 3. I didn't see the triple test. That's 3 for 2.5 points. Good on you. Best day for quite some time. Good on you. That's the type of day you want to finish, mate. Now go and get drunk. Enjoy your day. I bought myself a nice bottle of Bowmore, 12-year-old Bowmore peated single malt yesterday. You get some great deals. I think that was about £50 down to about 32 or 33. That was a good deal, that was. I do like my whiskey deals. You get some great deals. It was 2 legs. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't like it. It just seems a little bit congested there for me. Maybe it's just me. It's a little bit side. You can see what I'm saying. It's a little bit sideways, and that's what it just wasn't quite clean enough. And this, let's have a look. Was this any better? Was it? Yeah, maybe that, I don't. There's just something. Sometimes there's just a picture I don't like. That I don't like, and that either. I'm not sure why. And another thing that made me concerned as well, we got a touch here and a touch here, which really you need 2 touches, 3 touches to confirm the channel. So, but yeah, triple test. I never noticed it. Yeah, someone else has put on here. Was that a triple test also? Yeah, so maybe someone else didn't. Yeah, just wasn't sure about that channel. Especially when you see that lower high, straight away I'm thinking, I've missed something here. Trouble is, if you don't have your channel right, you can get caught out. So it's not touched in a lot of places, that. And also, if you go from there to there, you may say that's a small overshoot, but I don't know. Sometimes you just miss them, don't you? I don't miss a lot, but yeah, I didn't like it just for I did say I want to wait for the higher low, but it didn't give us. And then someone else mentioned the triple test, and a few people have mentioned it on Thomas Wade's. Yeah, someone else saying I didn't see the triple test. Definitely hindsight trade now, yeah. Yeah, because it pushed up and it bounced and it bounced. So yeah, it was. Sometimes I like it to break and go 1, 2, 3, but you can clearly see that came down and touched it and touched it again. Yeah, someone's just put a bit of a diagram on there for anybody who didn't know. But yeah, 1, 2, 3. So yeah, sometimes you just miss them, don't you? Okay, so let's go. What's going on here? Is this thing continuing on up? So break 1, 2 legs back, and 2. So 1, 2 pushes up. And that EMA is holding, isn't it? So maybe there is something larger there. Yeah. Thomas Way's still in his runner from there. Trouble is, you got to wait for all that pullback, which is 9 1/4 points. Trouble is, if you got to wait for that 9 1/4 pullback from there, so if you get in there, you've got 12 1/4 points. I don't think I'd have the nerve to let it to lose 9 points, because if it comes down to there and he's got his stop at break even, it could come down an extra 3 points and take you out. And losing 12, yeah, it's strange. He tends to go for all or nothing. Thomas Way does that. I couldn't do that. Trouble is, letting it go for 12 points and then coming and taking you out for break even, it just doesn't make sense to me. You're just giving up $600 there. Yeah, I think in that case you're better off just taking your full 2 points or whatever. He's just sticking to his rules of moving his stop to swing lows. Yeah. But the trouble is, because that ATR is so high, that really, in terms of money, is a big move, isn't it? And you are assuming that this thing is going to continue on up. But I suppose everyone takes their own way. Mac tends to follow it a little bit closer, doesn't he? So, see, his stop's here now, isn't it? So, I mean, look at that. It's nearly 20 points. If that comes and takes him out, see, it's $1,000 he's lost there. He's got more balls than I have, that's for certain. Mind you put that there really, wouldn't you? So you've got 10 points, and then so there's 14 points. But you could have 23. I'd be inclined to get out of this, I would. And reason being is we're losing momentum now, so I'd expect there's a chance that could break below there and take out that. So I'd be inclined, when we start to come back there at that midline, to get out there. Yeah, see, it took out his stop there. The fact that this is coming away from here and that's closer to that, I'd be inclined to lose that, because if you get taken out the stop there, so you've just lost 10 points. So as that starts coming down, I'll be getting out of there. What if he trade copies? I don't think he does. I may be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he just does his own account. I'm pretty sure there was a few people talking a few weeks ago about issues with data and stuff, and someone said he doesn't use rhythmic data or what data because his live account, so he gets sort of normal data. Let's have a look at this. So, possible second entry long. Is there something wider there? There may be a spike in a channel there. There is a second entry long there. But I'm not sure what this channel's doing at the moment. It's 18 ticks. See if we get a higher low here. Just going to open
Order
up an
submitted.
order ready, just in case.
Order cancelled.
It took the second entry long. Yeah. I'm just not sure about this wider channel at the moment. I've got a bit mixed feelings about it. I don't know if it's slightly wider, which means we can have a leg, a small push up and a leg back to here. So it looks like we may do actually a leg and a leg. Trouble is with this, I would much prefer it closer to here. You'd have definitely got your points there anyway. If you went a tick above there, yeah, it's gone up for 4.5 points easily. Maybe a couple more ticks. See, is this coming down now? If there a channel, am I missing something here? That's another reason. Yeah, look at this thing. Is it? Am I missing something here? Have we had a break? Leg and a leg. Yeah, a couple of people took that one. Leg and a leg. Trouble is, I'm not exactly sure what I'm seeing here. So, if we've had a break and a new high, this may be coming down. Let me just put that back where it. Let's put that there. In fact, however way you had it, really, this is only really a break, isn't it? This is the leg down, 2 legs down. Leg and a leg. There's no higher low here. Even if there was a higher low, I'm staying out of it unless this bearish bar triggers. Because there could be a channel down. If I've missed something here, have a look. See, that bearish bar is triggered and it's heading up. So there'll be some liquidity there, surely. Yeah, that's what I'm concerned with. Going long into a downtrend. Trouble is, unless you know exactly what you're looking at here, mind you, if I have it there or I bring it round and have it there somehow, either way, this is the first break. So, but unless I'm comfortable with what I'm seeing here, I'm not ready to go long. I mean, it may push up the highs here, but it may also trigger you and then come back down. There is a higher low here. So I thought it might be likely it takes that out. So there is a higher low there, but the bar's a bit naff, and there's 3 bars side by side a little bit, so you could get stuck in that. Yeah, see, Thomas Way took that. See, he tends to take them straight away. I always wait for the higher low now. Unfortunately, we didn't get one, but he tends to just take them. Clearly see it's 2 legs down, but unless you got this channel right, see, he's got his channel from there to there and there. That's initially where I had it. So yeah, 2 legs down. Trouble is, if Mac talks about taking that, you would want to be out by the EMA. Oh, that's his runner, is it? Oh, I'm so glad you told me that. Let's have a look. Yeah, it is, isn't it? It's up 20 points. I'm glad you told me that because I thought he'd entered here. Because I was surprised he took it. But yeah, it's his runner, isn't it? He's up 20. Is that 20 points or 30 points? 20 points from here. So I'd be tempted to follow my runner up here, I would. So that's 20 points now. You can probably add on another 5 to the top. I thought he'd taken that, which is why the stop there. But yeah, you're right. I'm glad I noticed that. It did work, but I tend to wait for the higher low. God, he's doing well on his runners. He had a 42 point runner a few days ago. What was it? Latter part of last week. Yeah, I'm still not massively convinced there. I think I initially had it, I prefer it that. And then something a bit slightly, something like that. Yeah, I like that, I do. Touch, touch, and touch. That's actually a second entry long there, which worked, but I didn't like it because of these 3 bars here like this. But I think it probably worked, and it did. But then you get another leg back with a break. So that's played out. So 2 legs back, 2 legs up to a new high. So let's just see, excuse me, where we are. What's the scores on the doors? I mean, this could be just a bigger range, really, couldn't it? And it's a fair wide one, isn't it? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, nearly 80 points. It's not often we work in an 80-point range, is it, really? Although it kind of does on the bigger picture, but... Okay, this thing want to go higher. Where's he into now? He's up to 22 points, so he's secured himself about 19 points, I think. Now, is there something wider going on here? So there is a second entry long there, which has worked for a couple of points. Still not sure what I'm seeing here, though. Hey, Bob, how you doing, bud? Right, I'm going to get rid of that and bring this over. I don't need the pence, do I? Get rid of that. So I'm getting close to pay out my accounts. What the hell? What's that just gone to? Oh, you're having a laugh, aren't you? Okay, it's just gone back. Strange. bring this over a bit. Give myself a bit more space. Okay, so yeah, I'm getting not far off payment now. They're kind of between 1,600 and 1,800, so I'm not far away from a payment. So I'm aiming in the right direction finally. Martin, how you doing, bud? How are you? I noticed you had yesterday off, mate. I don't blame you. I came in and did one trade just for one contract, and then knocked it on the head. It was just, it was a bit of a crazy day yesterday, wasn't it? I consider myself a little bit fortunate for the trade I took anyway, so I didn't want to push my luck anymore. So what is going on here? This thing looks like it may be struggling here. I'm leaving that there, I think. I prefer that. Yeah, second entry long there, which did work. So 2 legs back, pushed up to a new high. We've tried another couple of times to go higher, but it's struggling. So this thing may turn to start to turn down now. So this channel's played out. That channel's played out. Oh, good for you, mate. End of the week. Yeah, good on you, mate. You picked a good day to do it, actually. Market was horrendous yesterday. I think that ATR was floating around about 8 or 9 initially. I think it came down to around about 6 to 8. I think it kept going up. So, yeah, it wasn't the easiest day yesterday, to be honest with you. You picked a good day to have off, actually. Just got to be a bit careful here, going short. Just in case. Back after 3 missed trading days. Yeah. Yeah, it just wasn't worth trading yesterday, to be honest with you. So if you're going to have a day off, yesterday would have been the one. For sure, mate, yeah. So that channel has played out. This channel has played out. So I think there's anything larger there. So I think this thing is just reversing, I think. There is a second entry short there. One attempt to guy, second attempt to guy. Trouble is, it's so far from the EMA. I tend to avoid them. Sometimes, in fact, a lot of time when I see that, they still work. But if it decides to go sideways, I think it's likely going to take those two out. And this could go sideways. And if it does, you could get shafted. I'd love to tick up a little bit and trap some longs here. That might not be a bad option. Let's see if we can trap a few longs here. Oh, it's tempting. Oh, such a big bar though, isn't it? There's not much room left really. Probably going to work, take out these. But that is 22 ticks. Okay.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
Limit order.
Order filled.
Okay, well, I'm glad I took down at one contract there. Okay, one down. That wasn't such a bad hit. So it was a second entry short. I thought it would push down there. I got it on a limit order on the way back, so the damage. Learn future as price limits. First time I've learned. Oh, you've deleted it. Okay, so one down. So that was there. So second entry short. I thought that was okay after that. The way it pushed up, touch there and reversed. I thought there's going to be a lot of what's in there. So the loss was relatively not terrible. So that's not too bad. So that was, I'll work it out in a minute. I think it was 3 1/4 points, wasn't it? Something like that, yeah. 3 1/4 points. So second entry short. Do you know what? I actually thought this may be a range, and then Thomas Ways just put a range. Last time I did a range, I thought I'm thinking too big here. Let me have a look. I thought I'm thinking too big here. So I got rid of it. And then look what's happened. So it's just one of those things, isn't it? So where are we going? So second entry short minus 3 1/4 points. So minus 2.25 points. I wonder if we are one attempt to go lower, second attempt to go lower. I wonder if there's anything larger here. It's certainly possible. Futures have a 7, 13 and 20% price limits. Least case. No, I didn't know that, mate, either. Has he took any today? Yeah, he has. He's just took... where was it? It was down here somewhere because he had a nice runner on it. Can't remember now. Did I miss something? What's that, bud? What did Thomas Wade take? Oh, triple test. That one there he took. Triple test and he got a big runner. You missed me taking that one. The second entry short there. I like the way it pushed up. I just thinking there's a lot of liquidity there. Yeah, exactly. That's why I've gone down to one contract, and I took it on a limit order anyway. That was a good triple test. That one, you mean to go long? You're not about triple test short yet. No, it was a second entry short. We got a channel down with a break, 2 attempts to push higher, hit the EMA, came down bearish. I thought that was Lee's going to break these. Second, a bit far from the... Well, it was, yeah, but what I liked about it is obviously market moves towards liquidity. Any liquidity would have been taken out there, so I thought then it's going to come down there and take out liquidity there. So I thought when it broke below there, down to here would give you 2.5 points. Well, once it broke below there, it's 2 3/4 points. Channel, 2 legs up. I don't normally take them that far, but the way it pushed up above, taking out any liquidity, I thought was okay. But as it just turns out that it may be a bit of a range. I did look at a range because I did mention it, but it doesn't seem to necessarily work anywhere else. Could be like that. It's hard to say. A range wouldn't be my initial first thought, but now it is. But not only that, 2 legs up, fell break out of this, so I thought it had a few things going for it, that. So is there something larger here? It's possible. That range was very slow. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it is a bit. I was surprised you took that trade. Yeah, me as well, mate. Sometimes you take odd trades sometimes. You know what I mean? There's a kind of a lower high there, channel with a break, lower high, traps and longs. Yeah, sometimes when we take these trades, because we don't have a lot of time to think about them, sometimes when you've had time to think, yeah, you think perhaps it wasn't the best thing to do, but it's just one of them things, isn't it? Sometimes we take them and there is possible failure here. Try go once, try by twice. Leg and a leg. wonder if there's something like that there. I don't know. I'm really not sure, actually. I'm not even a fan of that anymore. Channel break. We haven't had a new low of the channel. It just turned, didn't it? Number magnet. Yeah, maybe. What about that higher low? 1515 here. You know about that one there right now? You know about earlier than that higher low? You know about one of these? 1515, that's here. You know about on one of my other charts here? Nothing I can see there, bud. Around about that area. 2 legs down. Failed. I can't see anything, mate. Around about 515, you say? 1515, that's around about here. I can't see anything there, a high or low. That one there. It's the only one I can see. It's more of a failure. You're on about that one? If you're on about that one, that's just too far from that EMA for me, bud. I think that's what you mean. I'm not even sure about that, to be honest with you. $15.15.02. Oh, that one there. I wouldn't have taken that one because we've got a lot of resistance there and there is no room to the resistance. It's actually a second entry long as well, but yeah, I'm not a fan of that. In fact, if I remember rightly, I had that drawn as a small range there. So yeah, so going long there, I wouldn't have done. The fact that it pushed up, yeah, it happened. But to me, you're going long into that lot. We touched twice there. We touched it on a couple of times there and one there. So no, it just doesn't seem appealing to me. And not only that, with this channel, we'd had 2 legs back and 2 pushes up to a new high. So we could make a couple of attempts to go higher there and then come down because technically that's played out. So no, it just didn't interest me that, bud. Okay, we've got something larger going on here. So we're coming up to here now. See, to me, this looks like 2 legs up. So a leg there and a leg there on the bigger picture. Leg. And also one there and one there. So well, we're definitely recovering anyway. Where do we come down from here? We had that bit of a gap down, so I think we're recovering most of this loss. So it's around about, what, 370, something like that. So we're not a million miles away. Sorry. So it's about 60 points, something like that on the 10,000 chart. Looks much better, does it? Let's have a look. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Leg and a leg. Leg, 2 legs back. Yeah, so in fact, I think if I looked at that chart then, I don't think I'd have taken that trade. Perhaps I might start having this up here actually. As a small chart. In fact, I think I will. So let's just put that onto a sim. Clean this up. I think it's worth having that. I did used to at one point. That would have stopped me taking that trade. Anyway, it is what it is. So small trend there, small short and trend channel with a break and a new low. Definitely looking for longs, but I'm not sure here. The only trouble is we could have a leg and a leg, and we'll get down closer to this. Tough on this. If that is a bigger channel, we're up to the top there, so we're losing a little bit of momentum. So, and we're coming to this area as well, this high here, where things can start to turn. There's always a possibility. In fact, I'm going to draw it there, but I'm going to draw it without any colour. So we've been up here, so there is a possibility this thing could turn. Keep on that. So I'm not looking to take a trade here. I'd rather see a couple of clear legs down, really. So short-term trend channel break, new low. I mean, you don't know it's going to do that. So see if we can get 2 legs. See if you get 2 legs down. Still could get a second entry long. My only slight concern is this. We've bumped it there. We've broken above it. It's almost like a head and shoulders. A shoulder, head, shoulder, and then down. It's like, yeah, it's... Fail second entry long, it's possible. See if we get a bullish bar that triggers here. See, that is a second entry long there. All of the bars naff. On this one, it's not terrible, but I'm still not going to take this because I think we may get another leg down. So that's on that chart there. It's actually triggered that. So it could come down when it's, well, it's going to, isn't it? When it just ticks above it, it's almost surely going to get taken out. Stop from there. You'd like to think so, wouldn't you? Yeah, straight down. So, leg and a leg. Let's say your psychology is very good right now. Took a loss earlier, like you didn't even notice it. Yeah, it's taken time. In fact, I didn't even notice. It actually blocks me from taking a trade for 10 minutes after. But yeah, it has improved. It doesn't stress me out anymore because I've realised if you just forget it and move on, you know, you can tend to make a big deal out of it, can't you? But if you get that money back late in the next couple of days and then you build again, you forget all about it, don't you? So yeah, it doesn't really stress me anymore. It used to. I used to get stressed taking a loss on evaluation. But yeah, it does take time. So there is clearly 2 legs down. We got a channel up with 2 legs down. Now, a lot of the times these just work. But I'm struggling with this channel at the moment. It really needs to hit it 3 times. Having said that, we have got a channel there, haven't we? But I would prefer to take a higher low. Higher lows are safer in all fairness, and that may work, and it looks like it's going to, but a higher low will be a safer bet. Trouble is, if you're going to get trapped, that's where it's going to happen. It's going to trigger you, come down and stop you out. Now, after 2 legs or a nice correction like that, I would expect it to continue up to at least to break these highs, but that to me is probably easy picking. It may hold, but the higher low above the EMA is a safer trade, really. But you do have to pay attention to this. Maybe a little fail breakout, so this thing now could come down, and this could turn just into a big range up, and then down. So yeah, sometimes these things just turn. They don't have time to make a new high, or they'll make an effort to and then just turn. So if you took that, you got stopped, you get triggered and stopped out. Hmm. One more PA today, at least. The volatility market is good. 3 vals a year. You're not wrong, mate. Not wrong. Mind, I did one yesterday and blew it in about 10 minutes. I find them hard to take serious, really, which is, I know it's a bit of a cop out, but so this thing could be coming down. There is a possibility that we could just be creating a range top there, and we've had 2 legs down, which is a nice correction. If it continues down, I think it's likely that we're not going to go up and break this high from this channel. Trade on my PA2. It was a clean setup we had earlier. Yeah, there has been some, actually. There has been some. I avoided them initially because of the ATR, but I thought it was going to drop, and it has, but still, it's still way higher than I want it to be, so hence come down a contract in the end. I just wanted to give it a little bit of time. Hmm. Okay, 2 legs back. Let's see if we can trap a short here. There is a second entry short, but I'm still think we're going to make a new high from here, but I could be wrong. Let's have a look. Okay, I like that.
Order submitted.
Possible failure here. Let's see how this plays out. Oh, that wasn't happening. Hmm.
Order cancelled.
Leg and a leg. I thought we may get a failure there. We still may. Trouble is, it's going a bit Sideways now. Push up. 2 attempts to go lower. And that bar's massive. Now it's going sideways, so that makes it a no-go area just at the moment. Second entry short. Mac took it probably. Yeah, well, I just posted on Thomas Wade's Discord. Is anybody still looking for shorts? And a few people said Marcus said looking to make a new high. And Thomas Wade said he's looking for the failed second entry short. So I'm thinking they're thinking about going long. The short I looked at, second entry short, which worked for a couple of points. But I wouldn't have taken it because it's just a little bit congested here. And it's getting a bit worse. So you have to let this sort itself out before I take anything else. See, I don't know whether Mac would, and I'll tell you why. Mac talks heavily about counter-trend trading, so I don't know whether he'll consider this at the top of a range. He will consider this still bullish at the moment. We've got a channel up with a break, so I think at the moment this thing is still bullish. Just looking at the bigger picture, we've had a leg and a leg. Now, you have to pay attention to this, the fact that there is a possibility this thing could come down. But the fact that we've had 2 nice legs down, I think it'll push up. See if we get a sort of breakout pullback. So I think it's likely to at least attempt. I think Mac would be long on the fail second. Yeah. You got to be so careful like this. I mean, it's going to go one way or another, isn't it? But trouble is these bars are big, and that is pure congestion. I mean, a stop below there may hold. Sometimes strong positions do, but when it's like going like this, when it's that tight, that's the type of time I think about getting out. But sometimes it just doesn't come back to break even and give you that chance. So you look at this 10,000 tick chart, that bullish bar there that's triggered, it's hovering in the middle of nowhere there, so I wouldn't be surprised if this thing comes down and takes out that stop. So it does look like a bigger channel there, so I think that would be likely. We have a leg down and a leg down. There's liquidity there, see, so that might be an easy grab. We'll see. Someone's just put Mac's midday chart looks totally different from any of ours. That doesn't surprise me. That doesn't surprise me. Unfortunately, I haven't got it at the moment. What will his look like, I wonder? See, to me, I think this is a trap. I've seen this lots of times before. There's longs there, there may be longs there, and there's longs there. And everyone's thinking we're going to go along and break these highs and this thing comes down. So I think this is going to come down below all this because it's slowly going up. Now, it might not, but I've been in trades like this before. So sometimes this thing just flushes down. So that's what I think. That'll go. That'll go. Come on down. Because if this is a bigger channel, there is a bit of vacant area here, so that could be filled with a quick flush down, which is what I think will happen. Got Mac's chart, and it's pretty much our chart. Oh, is it really? Okay. I don't know what that goes. It's all about that. Yeah, I don't say you could have anything much different, really. I mean, it's clearly going up. That's clearly a channel with the 2 legs back, isn't it? And it's slowly working, but I think that's likely to trap a few traders, personally, because there's going to be some longs in there. And we could get down to this this little edge of this channel here. And if this is a channel, we're coming away from the top here, so sometimes that can create a break, so I wouldn't be surprised if that comes down. So it's get below there. So it's done all that anyway. So anything you took bullish there, it's just taken them out. I had a feeling it might do. I've been in trades like this before. You're thinking, oh, let me find an entry, let me find an entry. Think, oh yeah, I'm in one, and all of a sudden it starts to come back and you don't get a chance to get out. So leg down, sideways, leg down. So this is when we think, is this the channel? We could adjust this channel to there and then put that to there, and that would be okay. And it would fit nice, actually. So I actually kind of like that. So we may get a long bounce here. We'll either get a long bounce here or leg and leg. I think we'll either get a long bounce here or it'll be the range, something like that. So let's just capture that one. It's a spike in channel, isn't it? Image. It's actually a fell break out of that as well, isn't it? Trouble is, sometimes you get after this you get 1, 2. So I'm staying out the first one. I'll be looking for a high low, just in case that one doesn't work. But I do like the fact that it's looking okay. That let's put that there, and I can bring that down a little bit more. So the first one didn't work. Let's bring it to there, no more. If this keeps coming down, then I'm thinking more of a range. There'll be some liquidity there. Still a bit risky for me, so I'm just going to sit tight. Hello there. Okay, let's get rid of the big one. I think now this is maybe more of a range now. This thing's looking more bearish now. So, channel break, 2 pushes to a new low, overshoot. Maybe not an overshoot. Bob, back to 52.50. Quite likely, mate. It is kind of ranging, isn't it? Leg and a leg. Leg and a leg. Okay, excuse me, just a quick minute. I'm just going to take a quick bathroom break. I'll be a second. Just check we're not missing a couple of legs here. No, it's surpassed that, isn't it? See if we can get a second another push up. Okay, bottom of the channel, 2 legs down, back to the MA, down at the bottom of the channel. So I think this is starting to look like a range, isn't it? So I think the next point of call is down here, somewhere around about that midline, and then quite likely down here. It's just not that steep though at the moment, so there is still a possibility this thing could go up. It's not coming down very steep for something that's coming down to this side or down to here. It's just it's struggling for me. This thing could go up and try and test this again. So I'm just going to leave that bigger channel there just for now. Just nothing you can take here, really. It's only a first entry. Could trigger you and push up. I wouldn't be shocked if it did. There's a second entry short there, but I just don't like it. There is liquidity up here and here, so this thing has got some space up here which could take that out. It did work, but it's just too rich for me, unfortunately. It was an inside bar on this one, and it was an inside bar on that one, which I don't like. Shame it wasn't a little bit better. It's an inside bar there, so I can't take it there. It's an inside bar, I can't take it there. And I don't like them when they sit flush like that. Yeah, Thomas Wade didn't take it either. I think he had the same as that, really. But that inside bar wouldn't have taken that and there. Never mind. It's a shame when it moves as well, about 10, 12 points. Sorry. It's not the easiest trading day, is it? I think it's pretty much ranging and a bigger scale as long as we can break through this. But that is a clear overshoot, so let's see what happens when that gets to that EMA. Are we going to use this as the bottom of a range if we go sideways? There may be something wider there. I kind of like the way it's working off that midline. Oh. Okay, channel break, new high. Let's see what happens now. If this is a wider channel, I mean, it's bounced here, bounced there, so there is a possibility it could go higher. That is a second entry short. See if we get a lower high. This is the top of the shoulder, so you think this is going down, do you, bud? See if we can trap some longs here. Are you on about shoulder, head, shoulder, which means this could go up? Trouble is it's bouncing off that midline, so you got to be careful here. So about shoulder, head, shoulder, and then up here. Mind you, if that is a channel with an overshoot, you'd expect that to go higher, wouldn't you? Let's see if we can get a higher low here. There's going to be some shorts trading that, isn't there? So we could get a reversal, or we could have a correction and then down. Trouble is, not interested in that. It's too close to the MA for me. Tough one, that. Leg and a leg, bearish off here. Marco's just mentioned, that's the channel I put there. Marco's just mentioned bigger channel, midline fits, but Thomas Wade's continued with that, so I got mixed feelings here.
Order submitted.
Short there. Trouble is, it's bloody massive, isn't it?
Order cancelled.
Second entry short there. Tough one.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
Damn. Come on, come down. This is my last trade. 2 trades and I'm out the game.
Order
Yeah, I'm
filled.
not feeling it today. Can't trade now. If I wanted to, it takes me out. That is me done for the day. I ain't feeling it today. Lower high. I jumped in there. It didn't even trigger, to be honest with you. That was a bit careless on my behalf. So down, wow, 470 for the day. That's my biggest loss for a while. Well, I'm just not feeling it for today. 2 legs up there. I thought that was coming down. But there you go. I can't trade now. If I wanted to, it won't let me take entries. That's the good thing about that Guardian Angel trader. So that's a shame. Things were doing really well. I was really up quite nice there, but it's just one of those things. A couple of wins and that'll more or less get that back anyway. So it's not the end of the world. And that's the beauty about having that. Yeah, look, is that going to give us it now? Channel break, new eye. That's the beauty of having that Guardian Angel trader. It protects you. So even if I wanted to trade now, I couldn't. So it's just one of those things. So another couple of trades and I'll be back where I was. So it's really not a major issue. It's just a frustrating. It just takes that extra little bit longer now. But I should have waited for that one to The trouble is, even sort of when you've had a bit of experience, but you're still not experienced enough, you can still make sort of rash decisions. And I thought that was about to go, to be fair. We'd come off and turned on this, and there was a lower high, trapping some longs. I thought that was going to go down, take out that. So I jumped in a little bit premature. So perhaps I should have kept to my original thing that maybe this is an overshoot, so it's going up. But look at that now, what's happening. So, yeah, it is what it is. It's one of those things, isn't it? So, because of that overshoot, it's trapping some shorts, I think. Let's see how this works. But yeah, I can't take any more trades today. It won't allow me. So that's the first time I had 2 losses in a row for quite a while. Let's see, is it going to go now, is it? It is frustrating when you think you got there. Let's have a look. So we got a leg and a leg, a bigger correction, or is this going to go up and take out more shorts? Leg up, 2 legs back, and then up. So I took the lower high, but I didn't wait for it to trigger. I've got to keep that in mind. I must remember to do that. Trouble is, you can get a little bit too over keen, and you jump in and think, "Oh, I'm going to miss." And those emotions just get the better of you just a little bit. This looks like it's going to push out and take out all them shorts. So I'll just see if it does, and I'm going to knock up the head for the day I am. So 2 legs up, 2 legs back, and then up again. Is that going, is it? So it's bound to do that, isn't it? So, yeah, that's okay. So what have I learned today? When we had these bounces here, I should have left that alone. Usually, I wouldn't take those that close, that far from the EMA. But the reason I did is because we took out any bits of liquidity, so I didn't think it was going to go up any more. But it is a bit congested, I suppose. And we have had a bounce here and a bounce, so probably leave that in future. And this one, little bit too over keen there, and jumping in before it triggered. It hadn't triggered, so I think I'd have waited for that one. And when that broke that, I don't think I'd have taken that anyway. Having said that, that would have worked for 2 points comfortably. Tick below there, say so. That would have comfortably worked for 2 points. Would I have taken that one? Probably not. And that will get taken out. So it's a bit tricky price action today. But I just need to remember to be just a little bit more patient. Channel down, 2 pushes up, got caught out there. But what I should have thought there is it's looking a bit sideways, so don't go short into that. In fact, I think I seem to remember mentioning that. But then well, it's one of those things, isn't it? So that's okay. I'm fine. I've got no problems. It happens. A couple of once we get that EMA back down. Yes, he's Taylor has put his chart like that. So I'm not so sure. Actually, it's hard to say, really, isn't it? But it makes my what's it look even worse now. But there you go. Jumped in a bit over keen there. If I'd have waited for it to trigger, I wouldn't have got in it. So that's the key. So I just need to just be aware about that. So it's fine. I got no idea. You know, you're always learning and improving, aren't you? So save chart. So because of Guardian Angel now, it won't let me open trades. These are all blocked out. I can't get into a trade. I can't do nothing. It won't physically let me. I can't even delete the software. So that's why I bought it. It's a great bit of software that if things go a bit south, now I've got no worries about trading. I'm quite happy to walk away. I wouldn't have done it anyway, but there would have been a time where I wouldn't have been able to, you know, I'd have been panicking, I'd have been stressed, I'd have had to jump back in. But now it just kind of, I don't like taking losses, don't get me wrong. It's not a nice feeling, but it's a feeling that doesn't make me do stupid things anymore. So there you go, folks. So not a major issue from now is if you see a good trade. I'm going to shut the chart down, mate. Now I'm not going to continue to trade. I'll just shut it down. If I do lose 2 in a day, I'll just walk away. It doesn't bother me. Missing trades and that doesn't really bother me, as long as I learn something from making mistakes. And that one, purely just a little bit too over keen there, thinking that was going to go down. So I'll just, every time I make a mistake, I just try and have it in my head, make a little mental note. And when it costs you a loss, you do tend to remember it. So sometimes, I mean, I know generally I'm not supposed to, you know, get into a trade until it triggers. But, you know, a little bit of nerves, a little bit anxious, a little bit over keen, trying to get in. You know, I'm generally an experienced trader. So you're going to make mistakes, but you'll make less and less. So it's not a major issue. Once that ATR comes back down and we get up to making 200, a couple of hundred per trade, that'll more or less clear that up. So it's not a major issue. Yeah, exactly. Guardian Angel's brilliant. Now I haven't got the need to trade. I've got no issues with it at all, not in the slightest. But the other day when I lost those accounts, I was angry. I was in a really bad mood, and I'm never in a really bad mood. I'm about as placid as they come, but we had a sort of a family issue which was just playing on my mind. A family friend, something with my wife and daughter, and it just angered me. So I really shouldn't have traded, but yeah, it's fine. I got no issues with it. So hopefully that ATR will come down tomorrow. We can get those contracts back to normal, but couple of trades and that'll clear that up. So, you know, see, there's two things you can do when this happens. You can either take a risk, 8 times out of 10 you'll blow your account and you're back to square one, or you can walk away. If I come back and walk away, I'm trading tomorrow, no issues. But it's hard when you have those emotions kick in. But it's been a while since I've lost 2 trades in a row, so it does happen from time to time. But on a bad day, there we go. So I'm just going to save those over to my what's it? So that's it for today, folks. Tomorrow's another day, Wednesday tomorrow, so I'll be back. Hopefully, this slight volatility. I mean, it's not a brilliant day today. There were trades. What I should have done, it was gone down to one contract a little bit earlier on. But there were trades, but it's also quite choppy. There is areas where it's a bit unsure about where it's going. All this sort of stuff here and here. Are we going down? Are we going up? And then it just drops and you're thinking, okay, top of the range, let's go short. Second entry short, and it stings you, but it's one of those things, isn't it? Sometimes I've got the perfect balance and I wait for those setups. Other times, and I just put that down to just maturity. As my trading skills improve, my maturity, in the markets will as well. You take less crap. I mean, like Max says, he's been trading for 25 odd years, and you do improve. And I'm a world away from where I was 12 months ago, so I'm aiming in the right direction anyway. So that's it, folks. If you count on trading, best of luck. I hope you get a set up, but failing that, have a great evening, and I will be back tomorrow. Bye for now.